On this episode of Outlook TV, STRUT, a walk for the foundation of hope.
Him and FlexFit.
The Princess Show, and much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay, and you're watching the Queer Magazine news show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
We're going to kick it off in Vancouver, where Skylar was strutting his stuff.
For the foundation of hope, and nothing brings us more hope than a whole bunch of heels.
It is the third annual Strut for Hope walk. We are going to walk 1 mile in their shoes for the LGBTQ refugees coming to Canada. The Foundation of Hope is putting on a fabulous walk. There are some fantastic heels, crazy outfits, and amazing people. Let's check it out.
Well, this is our third annual Strut event, the premier event for the Foundation of Hope. And this is record-breaking on a few levels. One of them is we've actually topped the $50,000 mark. Our goal was 40, and we've got 160 registered walkers, which is just absolutely amazing.
Good Nuit, Nuit, Galiaxum, Lissums, Woolbagum.
The colors and the heels, and I've got like some heels today from the Okanagan, so I thought a little bit of cork wouldn't hurt, right?
Tell me about what you're wearing.
They are heels that I welded up this week in my shop. I do custom steel work, so it's pretty much, it's all from scrap metal that's around. It's the soles under the feet are just plates 1/4 inch, and then old railroad spikes.
How many people by applause? And this is our first time doing the Strut walk. By applause. And how many people by applause were here last year? Oh, it's about 50-50.
It means so much because when I read about what's happening in other countries, I mean, we have issues in our own country as well, but when I read about what's happening in other countries, it just breaks my heart. And we need to help people get out of there. And come to Canada or wherever they feel safest. And so that's why it's important that we're all here helping to expedite that.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, strike!
Foundation of Hope is the only national organization that actually grants to charities across Canada working with LGBT refugees, with all in the news around Chechnya and in Syria, and the countries go on and on. Wherever you're from, there's hope for you. Reach out to our charities across Canada, and the Foundation of Hope will be granting those. We granted $80,000 last year to charities across Canada, and you'll hear today it's really making significant and really heartfelt impact in people's lives.
We and the rest of the sisters are going to be judging everybody, mostly on their heels, sometimes their outfits, and just we go through the various categories. Like there's best heels, there's the most outrageous heels, best group, like community group, as well as best corporate, and we also give the prize for the highest individual donor. Could I have strut number 136 come up? You have the best heels.
As I look around the crowd, I do see many people who could have chosen to do many, many things on a lovely Saturday, and instead decided to come and show LGBT refugees and newcomers how important Canadians care about their well-being.
And now we're going to go exotic with Caribbean Pride.
We're going to be super jealous of Angus, who got all nice and hot at the first Pride in the Caribbean.
Blue Diamond Resorts is the fastest growing resort management company in the Caribbean, and this year they're going to launch a brand new event, Caribbean Pride 2017. Caribbean Pride 2017 is taking place in a town called Punta Cana, which is a resort town on the island shared by Haiti and the Dominican Republic, located just between Cuba and Puerto Rico. Now, the Caribbean is not really well known as an LGBT travel destination, so we're going to speak to their representative and find out what it's all about. Welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself and tell us who you represent.
Sure, Christine Jameson, Corporate Director of Marketing for Caribbean Pride and Blue Diamond Resorts.
Is Caribbean Pride something new, or is this the first time?
It's brand new to our company and it's brand new to the Caribbean. We decided we have a hashtag called Be Bold and Be Proud, and that's one of our slogans for the event. That's one of the founding beliefs of our company too. As a Canadian-based company, we are bold and we are proud, and we felt we wanted to be the first ones to the table to be able to have an LGBTQ event in the Caribbean and basically stake our claims and make it friendly for our gay travelers.
Caribbean is not especially known as an LGBT travel destination. Can you comment on this?
That is correct. It is not typically known, but recently Orbitz.com just named Punta Cana one of the top 10 gay-friendly destinations in the Caribbean. So we're really excited about that, and that was one of our considerations when planning the event.
Why Punta Cana, and what is chic Punta Cana?
Well, Punta Cana is one of our, certainly a popular hot destination for Canadians, for Americans, and for UK clients that we typically are the largest travelers to all of our hotels at Blue Diamond. It has wonderful beaches, amazing cuisine, and an overall culture that is really appealing to travelers. Chic Punta Cana is already an adults-only hotel. It's a smaller venue, 320 rooms, so we felt like we could put on an event that was private, that was fun and exclusive feeling, and also Chic has that real South Beach vibe and sort of that Las Vegas feel, so we felt that bringing that to the table was a really nice complement for our event.
What kind of events will take place?
There's a variety of events. There's going to be everything from drag performances to culinary classes, wellness-oriented events like CrossFit, yoga on the beach. We have international DJ, Johnny Dynell will be there, Misconception, the female delusionist. So we have a variety of events. All of them are going to be exciting and fun, and we're really excited to see what the local destination team will come up with as well.
Well, that sounds like a pretty exciting event all around. Back to you, Rebecca and Robert.
It's time for us to take a break.
Many papers to shuffle and reorganize. It's your turn now, Rebecca. Well done.
I'm Carlotta Curl.
I'm Justine Todd. And I'm Willie Taylor. And you're watching Outlook TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And we've got Nuit Rose, where Brandon was in attendance.
It's the kickoff to Toronto Pride Month.
Nuit Rose, a festival of queer art and performance. We have several interviews with fabulous artists. I love art. How can you not love art? I love the statement here. Artscape is a special space in Toronto. It's supporting Nuit Rose, which is a queer art and performance. And when two great arts communities come together, great things happen.
Hi, Outlook TV. My name is Mia, and we're here for Nuit Rose 2017. What's between Venus and Mars?
What is between Venus and Mars, Mia?
Apparently a whole lot of dead space and some really, really good gay art.
I am a singer. Last year I performed at Nuit Rose with a band project that I'm a part of. I'm blessed to be a part of. It's called Maggot, M-A-G-T. Fabulous performance at Maitland in Church last year. M-A-G-T, because we're eating the pop world from the inside out, yes.
Last week, gay boy, gay girl, trans boy, trans girl, they died.
This is my first time being part of any kind of art festival with Nuit Rose. I'm so honored to be here, and I'm really excited. But this is my artwork. I do a lot of florals. I grew up around a lot of florals. I started painting when I was a little kid. My dad is an artist, and he taught me how to paint before I knew how to write my name. And so this is my favorite painting I've ever done before. It's acrylic. I do a lot of acrylic. And yeah, I love it. This is so exciting.
These are the artists of the evening on stage.
I think it's a great opportunity to get people involved in the arts who have been a bit isolated. I think both Nuit, Rose, and Artscape do that because me, I'm a more established artist. I've been making a full-time career of it for 15 years now, and it's kind of nice because you can work a bit of mentoring within it.
Like you feel supported?
I do feel supported, not as much, but I also like to mentor other artists and encourage them, and this has been a good venue for that, and getting people out to get some exposure, because as an artist you get so much rejection, and within this group of individuals, with this community, there's even more rejection. So actually to encourage people to get out there and to get some exposure is fantastic, I think.
You know what I like after a story?
More stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're at the Roundhouse Community Centre, surrounded by art by local LGBTQ artists, to meet with David C. Jones, Vancouver's cultural ambassador, to see what he has in store for us.
BC Culture Days has been around now for 5 years. It's a weekend, the last weekend in September, and it is a chance to introduce citizens to creators. So a series of free events that happen over the 3 days. So it can be visual artists, performing artists, musicians, whatever. And they open up their studios, they open up their workshops, they do tours, they do discussions. It can be an open rehearsal. And members of the general public can go, oh, that's what goes on to make that stuff. Now, when I got selected to be the cultural ambassador, it meant that I had to go out promoting Culture Days as well as introducing artists to the concept. These are free events, so I have to go and talk to different artists and say, hey, you should do something on this weekend. One of the things that I really wanted to do different as the cultural ambassador, being a G in the LGBTQ, gay, but in theory more than practice, I wanted to get more LGBTQ artists involved with this event. I wanted to, I think it would be great for some of our drag superstars would do a workshop on drag makeup, how it gets done, or the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, explaining the history of the sisters, visual artists like this one here, letting them in the studio and going, this is how I find my inspiration. I mean, the whole point of Culture Days is about bridging the gap between creator and citizen, and the LGBTQ community often needs to do an extra bridge. They have to do an extra bridge, and I really want to get a lot more LGBTQ artists involved. A friend of mine said, David, you do so many things, but you're most well known for just standing up in front of people and talking. So they said, you should do a class, a workshop on confidence on stage. How do you stand up in front of a bunch of people and talk? Right. So that's the class I'm doing, confidence on stage. If you're an LGBTQ artist and you are wanting to put something on during Culture Days, you have to have your event registered by July 31st. If you have any questions before then, I'd be happy to answer them. I can help out, but you need to register your event by July 31st. As your cultural ambassador, I ask you, what are you going to create?
For Outlook TV, this is Gary Wolfader from the Roundhouse.
Up next, lip sync, lip sync, lip sync, lip sync. Can't say it too many times fast.
Let's just not bother. Let's just check out the clip at the Junction.
We're here for a very exciting night at the Junction nightclub in Vancouver, where 3 of Vancouver's finest come together for a 10-year reunion for Lips Inc. We're going to go in and talk to them all and see what it's all about.
It's a very, very special night because I get to be reunited with 2 of my former castmates from the original Lip Sync show at the original Odyssey that we did for about over 10 years, many, many years ago. I was performing with Justine Time and Willie Taylor, 2 of my absolute drag heroes, and came to be 2 of my best friends as well. I learned a lot about drag and myself and the community, and about making yourself better than you are, pushing yourself to new heights.
Well, I'm actually in Calgary right now, and every Friday I do a weekly drag show called Classic Queen Friday at Twisted Element with Mr. Terry Stevens, another one of Canada's premier drag queen entertainers. We're doing a promotional video and photo shoot for a fundraiser that we are having here in the Vancouver Playhouse next year. for the LGBT community for scholarships, education for children of other places that really can't afford to have that and should not be denied that right of an education.
Was somebody your mentor in any of this?
Jules Leclerc was involved in that show. I think he was one of the people that started it and did all that kind of stuff. So I got to kind of step in while he was still around and work on the show with him, and then I got to take over once he left.
Can't say enough good things about DJ Jules. That man, you know, we have talent, we do what we do, but without somebody that puts it all together, you're nothing. And that man looked after us like nobody else did. He made us stars. He made us stars.
We're doing a preview show tonight for Sweet Bubbling Nights, which is happening next year in June 23rd, 2018 at the Vancouver Playhouse with Sybil Thrasher, Marcus Mosley, Candace Churchill, Willie Taylor, Carlotta Girl, Justine Time, Vancouver Metropolitan Orchestra. So it's a great House of LaDouche. So it's a great production happening next year. For the LGBTI Pulse Memorial Scholarship, sponsored by the UN and Soulful Productions, and we're raising money for LGBTIQ youth who are looking to pursue a degree in anywhere in the world.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt at the Lips Inc. reunion at the Junction nightclub in Vancouver.
We're going to have to take another little break now.
And by break, we mean break our flawless posture. That's nice. Yeah.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Do you enjoy being in front of a camera?
Oh, I do.
Do you enjoy writing stories?
I do.
Well, you may want to join us at Outlook TV. We're looking for reporters across Canada.
That would be like Calgary, Winnipeg.
Toronto?
That would work too. How about Halifax?
Edmonton.
Nunavut.
Red Deer.
Ooh, good one.
I know. Come join us. You can shoot us an email or check us out on our social media.
And now we're going to go get Flex Fit with him.
We're at the Scotia Dance Centre to meet members of the Health Initiative for Men who are participating in the Flex program. Let's ask them why they love the program so much.
We start off with basically static stretches and warm-ups, dynamic warm-ups, and we transition into an aerobic training exercises, then some weight training exercises, and then we'll be doing some plyometrics and a couple of some stretches at the end.
And what ages are most of the participants?
From the 20s up to the 70s. Starts from the ones who are having a sedentary lifestyle to ones who are really very active in their physical health.
I really enjoy coming to FlexFit because I get to do exercise with people that are in my community where I don't feel sort of embarrassed doing exercise in front of them. I just feel at ease.
And in the FlexFit program, are there emotional benefits as well as physical?
Oh yes, very much emotional benefits as well, yes. Not only does doing physical activity help with people's emotional side of their being, but being around people that you feel comfortable with, it is a nice social environment.
Slowly going up and down.
I have now been going to FlexFit for about 4 months, off and on. If I'm busy, I can't come, but I try to be here every Monday. It's in my calendar. And it was mostly because I'm like, oh, geez, the middle-age spread is still spreading. I got to do something to stop it. It's fun to just be with all these gentlemen. It is fun. You know, we always talk about wanting to be part of, like, inclusive, and we want to be just accepted everywhere. But sometimes we want to be with our own tribe. And so being in a fitness class with all gay guys is really exciting. And one of the things that's kind of cool is that it's such a mix of people, so anyone of any fitness level is accommodated, and it's a really friendly group, so you don't feel intimidated at all. Like if you are thinking, I want to do a little bit of exercise, then you should be here.
Always maintain a neutral spine, guys.
If you feel like, doing a workout, 1 hour workout, just come and visit us at Scotiabank Dance Theatre every 5:30 to 6:30 at the 7th floor of the Scotiabank Dance Theatre for a flex fit.
4x4. 1, 2.
For Outlook TV, this is Gary Wolfader.
Next up, we have the princess story.
Was that about me?
No, I believe it was about me.
I'm pretty sure it was about me.
Oh no, I think it was about me.
I am royalty.
Oh, so am I.
Just watch the clip.
We're here at the Couch in East Vancouver, and we're here to watch the Princess Show. It's part of the 5th annual Revolver Festival, and this show is colorfully diverse and loaded with gender bending. I'm gonna love it.
The Revolver Theatre Festival invites a ton of emerging and mid-career theatre artists, and you get to see a bunch of different shows at different times at the Culch. And yeah, we're really excited to be a part of it. We're one of a couple of national shows, and there's lots of local Vancouver theatre companies involved as well.
I play Princess Edward, who is the world's greatest performance artist, who has stopped performing. She is feeling a lot of self-doubt and fear. And she ends up going on a big quest to discover her self-love and her self-acceptance, and you get to see some dazzling animation, some big pop epics, and some claymation beasts, a lot of different things. I am a cis male, but Princess Edward sort of performs female, but I keep the beard and I keep my hairy legs and everything. And so it's a way of playing with gender and exploring that and sort of breaking it open. It's a very playful thing for us. After a year spent struggling with depression in 2014 in Lethbridge, Alberta, I sort of had a transformative year where I found self-acceptance through various things like practicing yoga and through great friendships and love. And when it came time to sort of create the Princess Show, I wanted to find a way to tell that story of how hard it is sometimes to love yourself in the face of the whole world.
We're actually doing a show in Parsboro, Nova Scotia at Ship's Company for the summer called New Waterford Boy, which I wrote and star in, and Aaron's playing music in it, and it's a kitchen party with a queer aspect to it because that's part of what we do.
The Princess Show is actually my very first play that I've written, so.
I've always been involved in theater at a young age and just pursued it forever. I also taught theater as a professor at a university in Lethbridge for a few years, and I'm also a singer, which is one of the reasons why Aaron and I met.
At the time we created the show, the three of us were living together, and we just kind of over a 2-week period created this Princess Show in the basement of this house, and it was quick and dirty, and it's created this fabulous world that has literally taken me coast to coast in this country now. Princess Show won Best of Fest at the Halifax Fringe Festival, as well as was nominated for 5 Nova Scotia Merit Awards, where Aaron won the award for Best Sound Design.
It's John Crossan from OutlookTV, and we're at the Couch, and we've just seen the Princess Show.
Alas, that is all the time we have for this episode of Outlook TV. But fear not, we'll be back.
Oh, we'll be back, and we'll be back hopefully with more people. Because if you'd like to join us as a volunteer reporter, shoot us an email or follow us on social media such as Facebook
or Twitter.
Tweety tweet, tweet, tweet.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay.
Stay fabulous, Canada.